Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Python programming. In this video we're going to continue our discussion on regular expressions. Now that you know the basics of regular expressions, let's continue our discussion with special sequences. Now in an earlier video on strings you might have encountered what is an escape sequence and how we use the backslash character to generate these escape sequences. And an escape sequence is basically, if you remember, something that we use to either give a certain special meaning to characters that are otherwise ordinary, or it is used to remove the special meaning that are inherently present in certain characters that we call meta characters. So let's look at what special sequences are in relation to regular expressions. So the first one we're going to look at is the backslash capital A, which is used to match if specified characters are present at the start of a string. So out here, if you can see, we are checking if the word the is present in these two strings. So we would get a match in the first case over here because this starts with the word the, but in the second case we won't get a match. And this is how we're going to check it for the same thing using the findAll function. So if you see in the first case, it returns us an object because we do find the in the beginning of the string. In the second case, we get us empty list because this string does not start with the word the. Now the next one that we'll look at is backslash b, small b. Now this is used to match if specified characters are at the beginning or at the end of a word. So when you use backslash small b and then you follow it up with whatever you're looking for, it would look for those particular characters or that pattern if it exists in the beginning of a word in a string. So if you look at the first example, it starts with FOO. And in the second example, you see this portion of the string or this word is actually also starting with FOO, so it will also match. However, in this string, which is very similar to the second one, we don't have a space between A and F, and it's basically one word. So this does not start with FOO, but it actually starts with AFO, and it won't match, as you can see here. Now similarly, if we wanted to check if something exists in the back of a string, at the end of a string, we type what we want to search for first, and then we follow it with a backslash small b. And then if you see here, it will match in this first case, it will match in the second case because this part of the string ends with FOO, but it will not match in this case because, well, we removed the space, so now this whole thing becomes the string that we're looking for, and it does not end with FOO anymore. And this is basically us just checking it through the findAll function. Now the next special sequence that we will be looking at is the slash capital B, which is basically the opposite of what we just saw. This matches only if the specified characters are not at the beginning or the end of a word. So if you see here, this is checking if FOO is not at the beginning of these strings. So in this case, there will be a no match. In this case also, there will be a no match. In this third case, there will be a match. Similarly, if we wanted to see if something does not end with a particular string, we would type that whatever pattern we're looking for, followed by a backslash capital B. And then we can use the findAll function to generate us lists wherever we find such objects, find such matches in our particular test strings, like we have done over here. So the next one that we're going to look at is the backslash small d. And this matches any decimal digit, which is equivalent to doing a square brackets 0-9. As you must have seen earlier. So if we did a square bracket 0-9 and if we did a search or a findAll or a match, it would look for any of the digits between 0 and 9. So a similar thing can be done using a special sequence backslash small d. So as you can see, there will be 3 matches in this case because 1, 2 and 3 digits exist. Whereas in this case, for the word Python, there will be no matches. So these are certain examples where we are doing the same thing using the backslash d. Now we have another one, which is the backslash capital D, and this is just basically the opposite. It matches for any non-decimal digits. It's also equivalent to typing a caret inside square brackets with 0-9, which, if you remember from the previous video, is basically asking us to check for anything that is not the digits 0 to 9. So this is basically, we're going to check in these two strings if there is no digits, no non-decimal digits. So if you see here, we will find 3 matches, A, B, and the double inverted commas. And in the second string, we will find no matches because this is fully just digits. Next, we have backslash small s. Now this matches where a string contains any white space character. So this is equivalent to doing a check for all of these. So this is like backslash small t is a check for tab space, backslash small n is a check for break line, and then \r, \f, \v are their own checks for different sorts of white space characters that you can see by just looking it up, honestly. But yeah, so if you simply do a \s, it would actually be the equivalent of searching for any of these white space characters that we generate. So if you see here, when we do a \s on this string, you can see that there is one space over here. So it will give us one match because there is one white space, which is just the normal space here. And in the second example, there is no match because there is no white space here. Similarly, /S now, as you might have noticed, is basically checking for a string which does not matches in a string wherever there is no white space characters. So it's basically the same as doing *t/n/r/f/v in a square brackets. So this is basically a simpler way of doing the same thing using square brackets and a caret symbol. So if you see this expression, \S, now we're looking at A space B. So over here, if you see, it will match for all the non-spaces. So it's going to match for A and B. So we're going to get two matches here. Whereas an empty string does not contain, well, it does not contain any non-white space character, since an empty string is basically a white space character on its own. So this will give us a no match. So the next special sequence that we're going to look at is the \w. This matches any alphanumeric character, which is the equivalent of doing A to Z in small and then capital A to Z, and 0 to 9 follow, and also an underscore check in square brackets. It's important to note that the underscore is considered an alphanumeric character, hence why we include it over here. But yeah, this is this \w, small w, which basically checks for any alphanumeric character and matches it in a string. So if you see in this first case, it will find 3 matches at 1, 2, and also at the letter C. These others are not alphanumeric characters. Whereas in this string, none of these are alphanumeric characters, so we will get no match. Again, much like the other examples, there's a \W, which will check for any non-alphanumeric character, and it's the equivalent of doing whatever we did before in the square brackets, just with preceded by a caret sign. So if you see here, we have this string where we have a bunch of characters. Well, yeah, only one of them, this percentage symbol, is a non-alphanumeric character. So we will get one match over here. But in this case, in this string Python, we will get no matches because they are all alphanumeric characters. We're just doing the same thing here with a bunch of different examples using the find all function. Now the \Z matches if the specified characters are at the end of a string. Now don't confuse this with \small b, because the \b checks for a string and it checks each and every word in the string individually and checks if any of the words ends with a particular thing or starts with a particular thing, but it checks each word individually. But in this case, the \Z will check the string only and not each word. So if you see the difference here, when you use \Z, it will match in this first example, but it won't match for the next two. But if you used \small b over here, it would actually match not only in the first example here, but it will also match in the second example, because it would check this word individually and it will find out that, yeah, there is a match here as well. So it would actually match in the second example as well. So yeah, this was it on this is the second part of our regular expressions, and with this we will conclude our discussion on regular expressions. I hope you learned something from this video, these past 2 videos, and as always, do like and subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends so we can reach more learners such as yourself. Once again, thank you, and I hope to see you again in the next video.